Hey guys, this is Asad Siddiqui. I'm the owner and developer at iDesignSmart.com, and we provide all kinds of WordPress services and solutions. So if you'd like to work with me, my contact information is in the description of the video. I wanted to make up a follow-up video on the previous BeTheme videos that I made. A lot of the viewers don't find the exact same information that they had. Because things have changed in the BeTheme. So I decided to create a brand new video and go over all the different things that I went over in my previous video. So we will go over how to properly set up the BeTheme, and after the setup, how to import the sample content, how you can utilize the more than 400 professionally built layouts that the BeTheme have, and you can get up and running very quickly. So let's get started. So the first thing I've done is I have installed a brand new WordPress install, and this is the default installation of WordPress without any theme or any software installed on it, any plugins. So what we will do is install the BeTheme, install the sample content, and I'll also show you how to edit it, and we'll briefly talk about different options like logo and header and how you can work with the Muffin Builder. So the first thing you want to do is to install the theme itself. So the for the theme installation, you just need to go to Appearance and click Themes. And once the themes are there, actually I do see that there's a BeTheme already installed on mine, so I will get rid of it just to show you guys how to install it. And we will do Add New and Upload Theme, and then you'll have to browse to the file that you downloaded from your theme forest. So theme forest file folder that looks like this, and after you unzip it, that looks like this. You click on the BeTheme Premium WordPress, and then you'll have a BeTheme, a child theme, and a PSD file. So what you want to do is to upload the BeTheme directly over here. Okay, why are they giving you the child theme? If you want to make modification to theme files, then you definitely want to set up a child theme. Any updates will not cause your changes to any PHP file to be lost. So if you're setting up a child theme, then you don't lose your changes on theme updates, and that is when you install it. But this will cover most of the options, and there's a lot you can do with it. So in most cases, you don't need it. Okay, so the current version of the theme is 2104. And now for the bundle plugins, it requires theme registration. So the first thing you want to do is enter your purchase code over here. Where do you get your purchase code? You go to your themeforest.net account where you downloaded theme. Actually, let me show you where. So I will log into my themeforest account, and I will just sign in and go to downloads, and here you will see that on the download, what I downloaded was the all files and documentation. Instead of that, you will do license certificate and purchase code. So once you download this, it will download a file with the purchase code in it, and that is what you want to be putting inside of this register theme option. So you just put that in and register the theme. And once you have registered the theme, okay, it says thank you for the registration, and if you want to build another site with it, then you'll need to buy another license. So here are the useful links which says install plugins, pre-built website, and theme options. You can also locate it under the BeTheme menu there. So you can say install plugins, pre-built websites, and theme options. So the first thing you want to do is to install plugins. So simply click on the link that says install plugins, and then you will have all these plugins to be installed. Now notice that the layer slider, revolution slider, the visual page builder, the WB Bakery visual composer, and are the premium plugins, and you'll have to pay around like $30 for each plugin, but they come bundled in when you register the theme. So that is a great benefit for you. You can do that. So I don't need the bakery plugin because I will be using the Muffin Builder. Okay, so I will just start clicking on the install button. I don't want to bulk install it just in case any installation fails on a plugin. I want to be able to see what is going on with it. So duplicate post and force regenerate thumbnails. Force regenerate thumbnails will like anytime you do the demo content, it is recommended that you do that to make sure your theme, your images are rightly sized for the theme. I will install Slider Revolution. This is a big plugin, so that might take a little. You see that these are WordPress repository plugins, and these are the bundled premium plugins that come with the BeTheme. So you're saving a lot of money. Also, I highly recommend SiteGround hosting if you would like to go with the BeTheme, because you want a higher configuration of your WordPress installs, a higher version of PHP, and good support. So there are many hosting companies that will provide all of that. But my personal recommendation, and I have very good experience with SiteGround, my discount link is in the description. Like I said, I'm gonna skip the page builder, and we will say header builder beta. This is the tool, a plugin that will give you the tools to dynamically, or not dynamically, but you can build headers with it for the BeTheme. So now I am going to select the plugins that I want, and I will go ahead and activate them. So contact form 7 I will activate, duplicate post I will activate, force regenerate thumbnails activate. Okay, layer slider I did not install. Okay, so let's just go with the Slider Revolution. If in case our demo sample needs a layer slider, we'll go ahead and install it. Remember, it's always good to install as minimum as you can. So the plugins that you won't be using, you should get rid of them, or you should just install and activate stuff that you will be using. So you can see that Slider Revolution activation takes a little bit because it's a super big plugin. Okay, and after Slider Revolution, I will activate the BeTheme header builder. Okay, so looks like all the stuff that I wanted to do here, I'm now done with it. My theme is registered, and I can. Okay, so before we go on, I want to just show you how my page looks like, and you can see that it's the BeTheme that is activated and installed, and right now I do not have any sample or anything. So it looks like a plain WordPress installation with BeTheme installed, but in the background we have registered the theme. Okay, so now what we want to do is go to the BeTheme and select what kind of layout we want. So in this sample, like their splash page, which is themes.muffingroup.com, you will see a lot of different layouts that you can go with. Typically when making these videos, I want to go with something that is newer. So the window that you just saw open was a B business that I liked, like this layout. So this layout I like because it's a simple layout. It's like you have multiple columns and responsive design, some nice design elements. It has a slider, and you can like click on different options in the menu. So you can click on the about, and it's a multi-page basically. So you have multiple pages that you can import with your sample import. So let's go in and import the B business in our installation. Okay, so to install the sample content, what you need to do is to click on pre-built websites, and once you do that, you'll basically see the same panel that I was seeing in the BeTheme splash page right there, pretty much over here. So you see all these different options that you can set up on your WordPress import. And we will try to find business here. The previously when I made the video it was profile, and this was one of the newer, but the layouts, Muffin Group does a great job with the layouts and they keep adding new ones. So if you now they have more than 400 layouts. Okay, so it is pretty hard to find the business. Actually it's right there. So I will just click on it, and once you click on it, it pops up a window and says that you can install this layout. So for this layout you need two plugins, Revolution Slider and Contact Form 7. Both of them are active on my installation. If they were not, then it'll say that you need to install and activate this plugin. Before doing that, you can also live preview the site, and basically it'll just open the site that I was just showing you. Now you can just click on install, and once you click on install, it'll give you a warning that if you have already installed any pre-built website, please reset. And to reset, I recommend the WP reset plugin. That's what I use to reset everything. And you simply click on next, and import media. I do want to import everything. I do want to import the Revolution Slider, so there is no multi-steps here. You can import the complete pre-built website as is, and I will just go ahead and click on install. So now it'll just go ahead and install our layout. Okay, that was a fairly quick process, and looks like everything is done. So I can go and click this button called preview website to look at it, or go to the Muffin options to start changing and set up my all the stuff that I want to set up. So let's take a look at what this did. And what we'll do is to just click on the preview website button, and once you click on preview website, it'll basically show you all the stuff right there, and your site is there pretty much. So all you need to do now is change content, and I will be showing you how to do the slider, and then how to edit this content and pictures and use the Muffin Builder. So the first thing you want to do is probably change the logo. So to change the logo, what we need to do is to go to Muffin options, and the theme options are right here. So you can go to the theme options, or you can click this button, the Muffin options. So I will just go to the theme options and try to find where the logo is. So I think should be in the global or in the header data. So the layout, grid width, no, it doesn't look like the logo is in the global option. So global and logo is under the global options. So you go to logo, and there's where you can upload a logo. So instead of this, you can upload your own logo, and retinal logo is typically twice in resolution in width and height, and this is used on the Apple devices. So if you have twice the size of your original logo, you can use it as your retina logo. A sticky header, when you scroll down, you still see that the header stays up there with the menu options. So if you want to display a different logo over here, you will be uploading a new logo in the sticky header logo. And in the options, link to homepage is, for example, if I go to about page and click on the logo, it'll bring me back to the home page. So that is pretty much the option that is set up, and pretty much what you need to know about changing the logos. Next we'll talk about the menu. That is the main menu of the site, and to access the menu or change anything, you need to go to appearance and then go to menus. So I'll open that in a new tab, and once you open that in a new tab, you see home, about, offer, clients, our team, contact, and buy now. So that is the logo there. If you want to reorder anything, let's say you want the about page to say about us, you can simply change the navigation the navigation text or label and change it. And if you want to reorder it, you can simply drag and drop this. So now clients will show before the offer. Always make sure to save the menu. Once you do that, and now you need to just refresh the page. And once you do that, you see clients show up before the offer. About instead of about says about us. So that is how you modify the logo. To add a totally new page to the menu, you can simply check this box and add to menu, and it'll start showing up here. You can also add custom links or links to your blog post in your menu, so you can do that as well. So that is pretty much about it for the menu. There are a lot of different header styles that you will have in the BeTheme. So if you go to header and subheader here, you will see that there are different options, and based on these options you can select what different kind of header will be displayed. Right now it's like a floating header, so you have this white bar and you have a search icon here, and there is some information up top. If you change that to this and save changes, now it should be like the top header and the menu options on the right hand side. So I will just go ahead and refresh my page. Now you see that it's a more standard type menu, not a very BeTheme default menu type. So it looks like there's a header bar up top, and then there is a logo, and then there's a menu. So you can see that you can put the logo in the middle, you can put the logo up top, and then the menu options. You can put a tagline there, you can have a left side menu, you can have a logo and a left hand side menu. Just so many options that you have. You can even have an overlay menu. So you can have it at the bottom, you can have it at the top, you can have a left side menu. There's a lot that you can do over here and change the styles. That I need to go over here. So the subheader options is where some of the other options will be, and I don't think that there is anything special here that I need to go over. I will just check what's in the extras. Okay, nothing much. Pretty much everything is default. So that is how the header and the logo is set up, and you will have to play with the header options or the logo options if you want to like see what the different options do. Okay, the next thing that we'll be talking about is slider. So for the slider, we need to go to Slider Revolution. And you will see that when we import the sample content, there is a new slider that got created, which is home business. So everything is a one-step process. And it has two slides. One is a woman and the second slide is a man, and the woman slide is right here. So it has a nice picture and a nice background and some text that is a style. So to change the image, you will simply click on it and delete it right here, or you can hit the delete key on your keyboard and this will be gone, and then you can add a new image. And once you can add a new image, make sure it's transparent so the nice background shows over it. To modify the text, you can simply double click on it, and here is where you can upload or update the text. And after you're done, like you can say anything, and also put HTML markup over here. So you can say, I will just say my name is Asid, and instead of and then there's a line breaks, and then there is another line break. So I will not modify the line break, and here I will say okay. So that is how my text looks like, and I will just say okay. And to modify these styles, you have all the different like fonts and font size and line height and spacing and alignments and everything. This is just the sample that they provided with their installation. So instead of this, I will just put my website here. Okay, so that is done, and these layers work very nicely, and you can just drag and drop them basically to position them where you want them to be. And you can also, like for example, right now I don't want to display the second slide, so I will just disable the second and just enable the first, and I will say save. And after you're done saving the slide, we will just refresh this page to make sure all our changes are being displayed. Okay, so now you see that we just modified the header, and there is the new slide that I just built. So in my new slide, you will see that there is an animation on these things. So you can go and highlight that and click on animation, and you can see that there are some effects which are character based, long from right. So things slide from right on a character by character basis. So that is the animation that you can do. You can also slide things, you can move things around, you can even configure them so they react to your mouse movements. So that is very cool, and that is all you can do in Slider Revolution. You don't have to do anything in the BeTheme options. So I have another video on Slider Revolution on my channel, and if you want to explore more, you can definitely do that. So that is the header, and the next, starting from here, we have the page content in the Muffin Builder. So what I'll do is I'll briefly go over this setup and how you can edit these things. So to edit the page, you will simply click on the edit page. And once you click on edit page, the page will open in a Muffin Builder view, and you can also okay, so here's the Muffin Builder group. That's our home page, and how this works is you have sections. So a section you can think of as a row. So if I view this page on a different tab, what you will see that there are different sections here. So there's one section that says earn more with only 3 steps, and then there is another section where there are like team members and image or their skill, and then we have another section how we do it, which has a list of things and stuff like that. There is a newsletter. So that is the first section where it starts with earn more with only 3 steps. You can see that there's a fancy heading element inside of a wrap. So how they do is first you add a section. So the green bar here is the section, and you can view its properties by looking at or clicking the little edit icon over there. So you can display add padding for that section, and you can do margins. I don't know if you can do margins. I think you can do only padding here. You can do paddings, and you can also define if there's a background color or image. So if there's a background color or image, you can browse for any image and specify parallax. So if you want to do parallax, you can do a fixed type image, and then the text will scroll but the picture will be fixed. So that is pretty much how you put backgrounds, and you can do background sizes to be cover, contain, auto as well. If you want videos in the background, you can do HTML5 videos. I will not recommend that because they will take a lot of your bandwidth. So on slower connections, your site will become slow, and it is very important for the site to be fast. Alright, so that is the wrap options or the section properties, and this is the wrap properties, which will be very similar to what you just saw. So your background color for wrap, image, position, size, and you can see how the different options are set up. So that's a good sample content, always gives you a good starting point to see how things work. These are Muffin Builder elements. So now 1 by 1 means a full width column, 1 by third means a 1 by third column, 1 by third column, 1 by third column. So the wrap has element, which is different columns. So the first row will be the 1 by 1 column, and the second row will be 1 by 3 columns. And inside of this column, you will have some content which is like that. So the better you describe the problem, the better diagnosis we get. The background image is they are using this step1.png, so you can definitely upload yours here. And just to show you how the update process works, so I will change the title and I will change some text here. I do not have graphics of the similar size, so I will leave that, and you can also, for the elements inside of the column, put animation. So you can see that bounce and left will have a nice effect. So update. So that animation is a very nice feature of the BeTheme, and it has been there for a very long time. So it looks pretty slick. Once you do that, refresh. Okay, now we have a slider that I modified, and I will go down. You see that these come out, and then there is a step 1 designing with B, which is a title that I modified. When you're using with like multiple columns with images and some text, make sure that your text aligns on all the 3 columns, because it makes it more nicer to look at. So that is pretty much how you change these sections. If you'd like to change the images, you can do that as well. And then there's a button that says try our new free consulting. So you go down, there's the button inside of a column, so you can edit this, and inside you will see that there is a content, and in the content they are using a short code for a button. So that's a short code that you can replace. Instead of the text, you can say something else here, and you can also specify address or HTTP on the target to if you want to go to a different page. And you can configure different kinds of stuff like alignment on the button and text alignment, margin button, padding, animation. So right now it's configured to be fade in, but you can have all the different kind of animations like bounce and slide and stuff like that. Okay, so that is a very quick overview of how you can basically. I do plan to make another video with the on working with the Muffin Builder, and we'll go in detail about how the wraps work and different columns and what are the elements that are available with the BeTheme and Muffin Builder. I just want to give you guys a quick overview on how to do things if you want to utilize a pre-built layout in the BeTheme. Okay, the next section is our theme, and then there is a info box. So to add an item to inside of a wrap, you can just say add item basically. So if we add, let's say I add another wrap, and also before I move ahead, also just to give you the basic, the second element here will just clone the whole wrap. This will just delete it, and this will just edit it. So if I want to duplicate something, I can always click on the clone button here. This will duplicate the whole section, this will duplicate the whole wrapper, and this will duplicate the whole column. So basically I just want to duplicate a whole wrap. Let's say I duplicate the whole wrap, and instead of our theme, I will just get rid of these things to show you how to add stuff to the Muffin Builder, page builder, I'm sorry. Okay, so now I have an empty wrap basically with the same properties that I have the next one, and I click on the add item button, and once I click on add item, I see all different kinds of elements that I can add. So I can add progress bars, I can add text blocks, I can add content. So, and these are categorized here. So if you want to see only content blocks, you can click on content blocks and it will give you a filter. If you want to add something for types, you can, here is all the content WP type stuff that you can do. And if you say content WP, what this will do is Okay, and once it adds in a 1/4 column, you can always plus it or minus it if you want to adjust the height. And once you click on edit element, it'll basically give you oh, this one shows you WordPress editor. I'm sorry, so we'll need to remove that, and we'll do add item again and go to type, and instead of that I will add a column this time. So once you add a column, you can edit that, and then it gives you an editor where you can put in your text. So you can put any text or any shortcodes over here, and you can give it a title and stuff like that. If you want to change the width on this, like you want to have only 2 columns, you can do it 1/2, and then you can just duplicate it basically, so you have 2 columns inside of a wrap. So that is pretty much how you work with the wraps and columns. To explore all the different elements that you have, you will need to look at all these options and play around with them to see what different things they do. But there is a lot that you can do, and the sample content makes use of it. Okay, so our team is the next, and Sean Turner, Victor Campbell. Okay, so we'll edit the our team, and this is the our team widget that we are using without a heading. This is the image, and there is Sean Turner, and subtitle is their designation, and then there is some content that you can modify. Okay, so that is pretty much the process on modify the whole thing. The other thing, this and this will be exactly the same. Okay, the last thing on this page that I wanted to talk about is the footer configuration. So the footer basically consists of 3 different parts. The first part I see here in this configuration and missing is the call to action that you can add to a footer, like something that is contact us or buy from us or download the ebook or something like that. It's a good feature to have. If you need that, you can configure that in the theme options. Then there are 3 different columns that are being displayed in the footer, so you can modify them in the footer areas, like I showed, or maybe I did not show to you. So you go to appearance widgets, and then you have different widgets: footer 1, footer 2, footer 3, footer 4, footer 5. So it will support up to 5 columns. Right now the first column has this text that you can modify, so let me show you where that is. So you can simply expand that, and that is where you modify the footer. Footer 2, some features also like that, so it is a list with icons that you can do, and you can use different shortcodes that BeTheme supports in the footer widgets as well. Footer number 3 just displays some social icons and text. So if you go to footer 3, have any questions, so there you will have icon bar, and the icon is Facebook, Google Plus. So basically they're using the icon bar shortcode over here to display all the stuff, which is right here. And the third section of the footer, so we discussed 2. The call to action was here, which is missing from here. The second one was the footer widgets area. So this is the widget area that I was showing you, and right now it's only displaying 3. So you will notice that footer number 4 is empty and does not have any widgets. If you want to display 4 columns, you can add a text widget over here and configure however you want. So that is the number 4 option, and you can also do 5. So it can display up to 5 columns in the footer. And notice that when you go responsive, it will all be just 1 column. And the last section is the copyrights area in the footer. So you can display your copyright message over here, and you can also display the social icons and back to top option. So to revisit those, you will need to go to theme options again. Okay, I need to go to BeTheme Options. Okay, and try to find out where the footer options are. So we go to footer, and then you can see that it has a call to action, so you can see it's missing right now. Otherwise you will see an additional section which is call to action. The copyright message, leave this field as blank to show a default. Right now the default is being displayed. You can put any message here. So my new copyrights message, I will just do and say 2019. And copyrights and social bar, you can also center it or hide it. So right now I will just leave it at default because I'm not sure exactly what. So you can also do the back to top button. You can also hide that or make it sticky so it sticks on the screen, and do a pop-up contact form as well. So you can put the contact form shortcode over here, and the icon for the pop-up form you can select from these many options. So that is in a very quick time, a very fast overview, and discussion on how you can use the demo content and utilize it to make the site up and running super fast, and how you can modify the content. Other important options that you will have to play with are the font options. So you can go to fonts and you will see that all the configuration of the different fonts. Main menu is Roboto, it's a Google font. The content is Roboto, page title will be Arial, big headings will be Lato, Roboto, Lato. So these are Google fonts, and they offer these settings. So the weights and styles, 300 light, 700 bold, 400 regular, and regular italic. Those are loaded fonts, so they can be used by the site. So those are the font settings. The font size and styles are down here, so you can specify in line height and font size and what different styles you want to apply to these different elements. So H2 is heading to content, text, all the different type of options. You can specify the size in terms of line height and also the style that gets applied to it. The other really important option is the custom CSS. So really you can pretty much achieve any kind of styling on any of your sections by writing some custom CSS. So you can put all your custom CSS here, and this does not get lost on theme updates. So that is great to have. And I think menu and action bar is an important one. So you can select different styles that the menu have. So it can be line above menu or below menu, and you'll have to play around with these options to know exactly what they will do. The action bar, I will just click on it and show action bar above the header. So basically if you go all the way up, you will see a black bar. That is the action bar. So you can style it, and you can choose to display it or above or below the header. So that is pretty much about it. If you would like to have any question answered or have a discussion with me, feel free to leave a comment on the video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you'd like to work with me on any of your projects or with a premium theme or setup, feel free to do that as well. My contact page is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.